welcome to Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Jude, Ikami Jude, and I'm here because you are there. 7:04 a.m. is the time, and of course today is the 14th day in the month of April 2025. Everyone, we've got several newspapers to look at this morning. The Punch, Daily Post, Daily Trust, Vanguard, Guardian, The Sun, The Nation, and so many others. Everyone, we will begin this journey with a Punch newspaper this morning. Okay, let's begin. Battle for Rivers. AGF moves to defend Tinubu as PDP governors mobilize 11 SANs. China's exports surge by 12.4% amid tariff tensions with US. Ecuador re-elects incumbent Daniel Noboa as president. Court hears suit to halt Shell's mining license transfer. PDP governors in Ibadan to decide Anyawu's fate and others. To some more top stories now. Presidency dismisses U.S. court order on Tinubu. Atiku differs. Presidency dismisses U.S. court order on Tinubu. Atiku differs. And then federal government rolls out flood preparedness campaign in about 30 high-risk states. 30 high-risk states. That's what we see here. Again, crude output drops amid global price crash. Crude output drops amid global price crash. No supremacy tussle between Alafin or Oni and Olugbon. All right? Olugbon is the one speaking here. He says, no supremacy tussle between Alafin and Oni. Let's go get some more headlines quickly. Idris Abdulkarim's anti-Tinubu song gains streams as Shoyinka slams NBC. Okay, we'll touch on some more now. Metro stories, just a few of them. Lagos explosion, 4 in critical condition, 1 confirmed dead. NDLEA nabs ex-convict with drugs hidden in speakers. Okay. Man who attempted stealing deity statue, mentally ill, according to the Nigerian police. Man who attempted stealing deity statue is mentally ill. And then police arrest 3 for hijacking petrol-loaded truck. Couple accused. Yeah. And then exodus of health workers from Nigeria raises fresh concern. Ndume planning to join Atiku Obi coalition, says Daniel Bwala. That Ndume is ready to move to join that coalition. Let's see how it goes. To Adamawa State now, Hunk people vow to resist Boko Haram attacks. And then Aba products, no more laughing stock. Ex-President Jonathan speaks there. Aba products, no more laughing stock. Emergency rule, ex-lawmaker Dagogo drags Tinubu, Akpabio, others to court. Tinubu and Kaduna governor will do 8 years in office. Umahi is the one saying that, in case you don't know. Umahi. And then Governor Winfuru didn't sign any agreement to relinquish power in 2027. Ebonyi APC. And 2027 stakeholders move to strengthen PDP in Jigawa State. And then as regards 2027 still, Atiku will 140 billion naira in just 1 week. Federal government will commence MSMEs, the risking fund in May. Why Nigeria should renew 1994 trade deal with Taiwan. That is according to an envoy. He says Nigeria should renew the 1994 trade deal with Taiwan. Let's give you some more, maybe four, and then we move to the next newspaper. Why U.S. court ordered release of Tinubu probe report. Our food worse than dogs. Inmates, yeah, in the correctional center. They're the ones speaking this morning. Our food worse than dogs. Inmate speaks. Bandits set mosque ablaze in Zamfara. Reprisal attack. And then, in 252 attacks, Borno bleeds, according to Ndume. Boko Haram returns 300 dead in 252 attacks. Borno bleeds, according to Ndume. On emergency rule, Tinubu acted to quell tension in Rivers, says Governor Hope Uzodinma. He says that Tinubu actually acted to quell tensions in Rivers, according to Governor Uzodinma. PDP governors meet over Fubara. And then high standard of living. Nigerians now rent party dresses, shoes to cut costs. Marriage proposals flood Toke Makinwa's IG page after talk on remarrying. Oh, God. It's okay. Soludo raises alarm over escort on Tinubu's record. He calls it political nonsense. Buala dismisses U.S. court order on Tinubu's record. Nothing new to be revealed. FBI and DEA reports have been public for over 30 years. That is the response by the presidency. Nothing at all that is new. Nothing is new. That's what presidency is saying now. Huh? Okay. Wale Soyinka slams NBC for banning Idris Abdul Karim's song. And then, genocide in Plateau, inside story of plots to grab land, wipe out natives. Governor Mutfwang is the one saying that. One of the greatest Nigerian footballers has passed on. Odegbami reacts to Christian Chukwu's death. All right? Okay. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. This time around, we will join Rufai Oseni to get his analysis. Good morning to you and welcome.
Morning, my brother. To be able to get into a Soviet sunken ship or material and the likes. So it's pretty much about, we can't explain, we can't confirm, we can't deny. So it's sort of like a pushback. But the judge is saying that whatever privacy concerns that Gloma response has, public interest in this case of, a president of a sovereign should outweigh it. But in many of the depositions, I've also seen somewhere where the CIA was talking about giving out information of human resource. Mm-hmm. So once the CIA keeps citing the fact that there's an element of human resource here, so giving out information on that and all of that, I don't think CIA will want it to jeopardize any human resource. And they will be able to break that privacy provision. So the matter is still contentious, it's not as free. And most of these matters, when they were sent to the Nigerian courts leading up to the election, I think some of the depositions were even put in the election petition. They were dismissed by the judges, it's not justiciable, they couldn't file, they didn't get, the right prerequisite affidavits to these issues and things like that. So, but when you look at it critically, the bone of contention will be that at a time like where it's a critical national security issue. What are the problems? Insecurity is looming large again in the north. We have seen a big resurgence of Boko Haram and the activities. So how are we able to sit and be able to fight collectively with one voice and understand that this is a problem that we need to defeat? I think that's something that we should see as priority in all of this regard. So it's something we should look at, and we look at it very strongly and get our analysis right as that. We want to see more unified force, a government official, not in Blumer and the governor of Borno saying the information minister don't know what he's saying. The information minister is trying to discountenance what they're saying. So we are seeing a lot of parallels and fractures in the relationship. I kept an interview over the weekend with from the Delta of Zamfara. I think it should air today. I think we should also get it right to be able to play it. Where he pretty much talked about it. And I put the question to him about Safi. that where 60 people were abducted in Zamfara State. He said he doesn't have the numbers, but those security sources on ground said there were not 60 people abducted. We talked about insecurity. We talked about the fact that, things can be a whole lot better as regards to the plight of people in Zamfara State. And he said he's been doing a lot to declare state of emergency on education. I also told him the criticism people have against him that he's been traveling too much, all sorts of things that are happening. That is, he's not been able to connect with people and all of that. And he defended some of these allegations. And so we just keep bringing in most of these hard-hitting laws. And let's even get some clarity and determination as regards, what the laws are saying as regards the state of emergency. I think that's a question we should be able to ask ourselves this time around. So let's say I punch out. Let's test the law as regards this. But he says it's an aberration. I also told him that your party is dead as we speak. He said, they are going through a transition phase. I said, your party is spread across wiki lines. I know they are going through a transition phase. So I know some of his pushbacks.
Nothing new to be revealed. FBI and DEA reports have been public for over 30 years. This is the president is speaking.
I don't think this FDA and DEA report have been public for over 30 years, because if it's been public, then there will not be a need to go to court as regards it. I mean, what was just said was just based, I think a lot of things that were based on the affidavit of Kevin Moss. The affidavit of Kevin Moss is different from a proper report by these agencies, of investigation. That's just it. That coming, and I think it's only right, to call out NBC. You can't gag people, you can't gag free speech. There was nothing wrong with Tell Your Papa, but it's also made the song more popular. Prior to NBC banning the song, I didn't even know that Idris sang a new song called Tell Your Papa. So, but now, I mean, we've seen how it's gone. Everybody now knows Tell Your Papa.
Abi.
So that's what it does when you ban a song. I remember when they banned Nigeria Gada Daga, it made the profile skyrocket. My brother, thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you, Rufai.
Yeah,
appreciate you. Yeah.
Voice
of the People 90.3 FM. Yeah, so many other stories to look at today, but we will let's do it this way. Let's hear from you a little bit, and then I have to talk to my analyst. Is that fine? Let's do that together this morning, okay? But that will be just right after this.
That's one Abba Pada. What's strong Kakaraka? What's in the name? Domain Abba Pada. Domin Herbal Powder is your immune booster for general well-being. Domin Herbal Powder is organic. Just add a teaspoonful into a small cup of hot water and drink in the morning before meals and evening after meals. Domin Herbal Powder is available in all pharmacies and herbal shops in Nigeria. For bulk purchase, visit Obed Israel Enterprise Nigeria Limited, B33 Jigawa Plaza Trade Fair Market, or Rich Priest Pharmacy, 21 Afolabi Street, Tipa Garage, Egbe, Lagos. For more information, call 0704 591 7000, or for Ghana 054 31 581 95. Domin Herbal Powder is not for persons below 12 years, not for pregnant and nursing mothers. Domin Herbal Powder for your overall well-being. If symptoms persist after 5 days, consult your
The
doctor.
Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission, LASIEC, is using this medium to announce to the general public about the forthcoming local government and local council development area elections. The commission is set to conduct a free and fair election. Get your PVC ready. Register in your area. Guidelines for election is available on the LASIEC website. Those who just turned age 18 should visit the INEC website on www.inecnigeria.org. Do not be disenfranchised. Ensure you participate. It is your civic responsibility. It is your right. For more information and inquiries, visit the LASIEC website on www.lasiec.gov.ng. Announcer, Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission, LASIEC.
You are tuned to the city's #1 super dial. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos.
All right, Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I would love to break down some of these stories for you this morning before I talk to my analyst, or maybe I should take your call, right? Let me see if I can take 3, 4, 5 calls, and then you really want to break down some of these stories, like I said, okay? But then let's take your calls. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Move away from your radio set or turn down the volume.
Will find a way and come out and still bite you, except you kill the ant. So in this case, I would like this ant that is pursuing this record of Tinubu. I would like this ant to be killed once and for all. Release it. Let Nigerians know who they have as their president. Whatever will be. So they should stop all this and stop doing the presidency is telling us that the information had been there 30 years ago. Even if it's 50 or 100 years ago. Nigerians, if there are other things to be known by Nigerians, let Nigerians know. They want to know who their president is. Nobody should do anything, at least, to abort this. Let us, each of them did, how each of them fought. Then I will tell you how I also fought in Lagos. What happened to me? What the army did to me? Let Tinubu come and tell us what was the part he played. Because if this drug issue happened in 93, where did he have time to fight for democracy? That's number one on that. And finally, sir, I want us to say that for the song of Idris, so Wole has spoken. I would like Wole if he has started to open his mouth, let him talk on everything. Because Nigerians want to hear from him. He was at on the forefront of fighting Jonathan. Why is he keeping quiet now? Why is he not talking now? I don't know where Tunde Bakare is, or where he's in Nigeria.
Treater by the president to manage the affairs of Rivers State pending the duration of the suspension of Governor Siminalayi Fubara. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. Let's get down to calls. Let's see if I can take, like I promised, 4 more. Then I talk to my analyst. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you have Mr. Mbako from Lassa Macha.
All right.
Yeah, Ikamijide, I want to talk about the genocide you mentioned in your headline news this morning concerning the plateau. Mr. Mba want to ask, did Mr. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu aware of another killing? I mean, a man and 2 sons, I think yesterday. Is he aware of that? Then
for calling, appreciate you. Like you said, it's a very, very big shame. It's okay. We'll see how all of these unfolds. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. Hello, good morning to you. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello, good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Kamegide.
All right, good morning to you.
Happy New Year. How are you this morning?
What should say?
My name is Mayor. I'm calling from Fairfax.
Let's go.
You see,
hello, good morning to you. Good morning. Your name and, of course, your location. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, my name is Innocent. I'm calling from Amu, the president.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, please, everything has started much there again. So what I'm trying to say, the same style they used 2015 when Jonathan from South is in the power. They try to propaganda everything. After everything, Chibok girls, all that things. Now Jonathan is out. After that, Buhari take over. Insecurity did not start. Now, another Southern man from Lagos State, which Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president. They have started giving us another propaganda that the insecurity has started. People have been dying in. Is it only Bruno in this state, in this Nigeria, that things now is happening like that? That everybody that enter from South will be must go out from because of the insecurity in this thing, Bruno. It's not good because why we are saying this, people may see it as because of his Jonathan or because of his Tinubu. Even if he's P2B tomorrow, they will still use it under 6 months and remove him. That's what we are trying to let people know. Thank you. May God bless you, Jerry.
Thank you so much for calling.
Another thing, you said, Dave, is it Dave Umahi that says he's a prophet? Abi who? I wanted because you said Umahi. You didn't mention whether it's Dave Umahi or another Umahi. Understand? Says he's talking as a prophet that Tinubu will finish complete his 8 years. Please let Dave Umahi also see prophecy that there is no road in Nigeria. People are dying. Tankers are falling every day. Truck is falling on top of innocent Nigerians every day. So let him also see vision that there is no road. The whole 36 states that there is no road. Let him see vision on that one. And he made mention of Boko Haram again in Borno State.
Yeah.
Does it mean that these people they are not listening in terms of this insecurity, or is it that this insecurity of a thing they are using it to?
We really need to be accountable. We are having the government that we actually deserve.
Okay,
the problem is that most of our people, when injustice is happening, nobody talks. Especially our problem in this country are the political class and our legal luminaries, especially the lawyers. When Fubara was in government, when he denied about 27 lawmakers, no lawyer is talking. Now when they sacked him, Fubara was appointed, was elected like that of the legislators. Then you are presenting budget to 3 out of 30 something. This thing, nobody is talking. Our lawyers are there. They kept quiet. Now when they remove Fubara, they started saying all sorts of nonsense. It is annoying. We are a product of the government we are having. So if the government is lying to you, there's nothing you can do. You understand? That is by the way, the insecurity in the country are caused by the political class. If you observe, when the election is coming, that is when they started doing a lot of things. You see a lot of insecurity.
917000 or for Ghana 05431581195. Domin Herbal Powder is not for persons below 12 years, not for pregnant and nursing mothers. Domin Herbal Powder for your overall well-being. If symptoms persist after 5 days, consult your doctor.
Welcome to the best exclusive radio station, VOD 90.3, bringing you the best mix of the best music.
All right, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Hey, everyone, I see several very interesting messages here. I moved to touch on a couple of them. This person is saying, Tinubu telling Nigerians to embrace peace during this Easter festival. I asked Mr. President, do we have peace in the land called Nigeria? People are being killed all over the country on a daily basis. People hardly go to bed without food, no lights. Children no longer go to school because of school fees. People are losing their jobs. Factories are leaving Nigeria, and churches are taking over every available space because churches is now the highest factories in Nigeria. How can any reasonable person or persons expect peace when people are hungry and their loved ones are being murdered day by day? Do you think that there will be peace? No parents can have peace. HRH Bisumwoko, thank you so much. I am now being joined by my analyst this morning. Sheson Okwade is just here. Good to have you join us this morning, and welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Judah. Good morning to our listeners. My apology for slightly a bit late.
Yeah.
Woke up on that side and discovered I have a deflated tire. You can imagine how that can be.
On a Monday morning.
And I came in a bit late. Nothing, to even indicate that will happen. And I just woke up and saw one. The stress of going through that. So not a problem.
So sorry about that.
Yeah.
The presidency yesterday dismissed any motion of fresh revelations emerging from a United States court, directing the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Drug Enforcement Administration to release files on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's investigation. Now, it insisted that the records, which date back to, a drug trafficking investigation in Chicago from the early 90s, have been publicly available over 3 decades and pose no fresh concerns for the presidency. Now, that's not enough. That's not where I'm going to. My concern is the presidency is saying that there is nothing new to be revealed, that the FBI and DEA reports have been public for over 30 years. I don't know what you think of that statement made by Danny Ebuala.
Yeah, well, Daniel Buala is doing the work he's being paid to do, and definitely he must do it to justify that it is those that initiated those cases, those that knew how it started, are unable to justify, the position of things to make sure that the man is found culpable. Is it new things? Which new things? The people that will be bringing up now are not people that were part of that particular. They will be relying on certain document, possibly they read or information they heard from individuals, which may not be actually validated. I feel that we should allow Mr. President at least to see how he concentrates. We are not enjoying the government. So you can imagine when distraction now comes into being, where he needs to now focus and say, okay, let my lawyers, let everybody, because all resources will be concentrated on that particular thing.
You said you're not enjoying the government, but something different is happening in the north, especially in Borno State, where the APC is passing vote of confidence on Tinubu and, of course, the Vice President Shetima.
Yeah, everybody has their own peculiar position. You ask the person that is passing vote of confidence. We definitely have some of his things. I'm speaking on behalf of majority of the populace. Things are pretty hard. Things are pretty difficult. Things are expensive. Foodstuffs are unaffordable for basic people. And I will always have this to say that we have suddenly collapsed the middle class. I was somewhere over the weekend to get one or two items, and I asked myself, 3 years ago, I got the same items, and here we are today, unable to afford that particular thing. And I can imagine what the lower cadre.
But then, recently we heard that he has also slammed NBC for banning Idris Abdulkarim's song. What would you call that?
What Shoyinka is actually advocating for is what is entrenched in the Constitution. In section 308 or 321 that speaks to freedom of speech, freedom of association. He's entitled to his opinion, provided he's not inciting the populace against the government. He's only stating the obvious that the son of Mr. President, who has the heart of his father, should let him realize that things are really not smiling in the populace. See, most of the time we give attention to some of you not listen to Idris, because they are influencers, they are followers, there are people who can say you are. They saying that if Idris can complain, all of us can complain. If Judas give an opinion, as we say, I'm sure lots of your followers. We just kind of like, I think it's actually saying a deeper thing that we may not be saying as an individual. So NBC consider it as insightful, which might create unrest if she visits certain places. And that's why it's actually being banned.
Some persons will tell you the banning of this song is actually to give way to the real campaign song, that the party is planning, the APC is planning come 2027. And if this song is allowed to fly, it might battle with the agenda of the ruling party in 2027.
I would not say that's correct. They have their way. You see, even if you don't ban it, when he sang the song Nigeria Jaga Jaga Africa, said this time to that number, the politician understand us. When election is coming, you start seeing good things happening. Don't be surprised if by the time we'll be ending this year, fuel will go as low as 400 naira for us to buy. Okay. That's whetting our appetite. And in 2026, you'll be talking about 300, and everybody will say, what else? Then we'll not be talking of going back to 187. You'll be saying, for it to have come down from, we bought it like 1,200. And as we speak, I think it's about 920. And with this renewal for the agreement with Dangote, there seems to be commitment of reduction in the price of that particular product. 860 thereabout. So by the time you start saying that, we are moving from 1,003 to 860. Before you know it, we go to 700, we go to 600. If you are able to consolidate, by the time we get to 500, even people
and the administration, everyone will say he's doing well.
He's doing well. Nobody will go back to say, but you met this thing at 187. What suddenly happened? And we still have the crude that we actually manufacture. So the politicians understand the way to play the game, and they will definitely do it the best way. They feel it will favor. It's not cracking. You can't have an external person coming in to break into that kind of a thing. So I feel that they should seek for political will to settle their differences, and within the 6 months stipulated by Mr. President, see how we can bring down this emergency rule.
So it means there's no trust for judiciary any longer in this country.
Well,
as long as the administration is concerned, is that what it is?
Yeah, well, with the slogan of go to court and the delay in some of those things, at times it's not the fault of the judiciary. Some of the presentation by even the lawyers before the judges are not substantial enough to justify the case they are bringing before them. So adjournment, okay, bring this again. Because there are times the judges will feel that this is what is morally okay. But there are no facts. Judge, a case or law is not about sentiment or emotion. It's about the fact that is presented before the judge.
Should I say are not joining, or are they being deterred, or what's really going on?
Yeah, well, I won't say they are not joining. It's just it's very minimal, and for me, in my perspective, I think they are caught out for what they are known for, industrialization. They are not the military. That's for me. I think we can make a great nation with the Igbos when it comes to industrial. They are entrepreneurs. They are industrious. They create a lot of value when it comes to the development of the economy. They may not be caught out for the aspect of saying we want to go into the military, let's leave it. And that's why people like me, we always advocate for one Nigeria and reduce this level of ethnicity that plays those, so that everybody can concentrate on their strengths and together we can come up. So you can imagine if we have some, whichever area you find yourself, you see how you can contribute to the bottom line. So when you have some sections, being known for maybe military aspect, even though that might not all go well because they are actually, but when we preach for one Nigeria, I can see Judah irrespective of the state of origin. And that's why I will support Oti, the governor, Alex Oti, the governor, His Excellency Alex Oti, Abia State, to say that this state of origin should be abolished in such a way that let's give room for credit. Whether I'm a Yoruba man in Igbo land, and they can see the value that I'm actually adding, I should be given the opportunity to operate there, because it's one Nigeria and not about the vision. If I'm in the north and I'm able to succeed and I'm able to use my intellect and my skill to actually add value to the environment where I stay, I should be given that recognition and be able to move on, rather than saying you are from which state, catchment area is about this and we are